gonna be close, but I can get us 80 bucks.
Are you dead?
Hey. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Ah. Welcome to Press Start, your weekly dose of gaming news and little tidbits of games. I'm your host, Monkeychow, and I dug deep this week to see what I could find, what's out there, and what's poppin'. So we're gonna dig in and see what we've got for the week of December 10th. Let's check this stuff out. So, the classic PC hit Doom turned 30 this week. Oh boy, am I aging myself, folks. I remember when this came out. I remember getting it at my uncle's house. I remember actually having these discs. These discs were on my desk, and I was excited. I remember picking them up. It came out in 1993, folks. December 10th, 1993. And this game was amazing. It was ahead of its time. It's inspired tons of games. All different types of first-person shooters. And it even has its own remakes, which are really good. But the original will always hold a place in my heart. But Doom was the first-person shooter to play. It was the one you would play with friends on the LAN or on those modems when your parents would pick up the line and disconnect you immediately. These were the games that you would play before you had your Call of Duties. So, Doom, here's to you for 30 years of fun and entertainment. On that first-person shooter trend, there's another game that released a trailer this week that's coming out in 2025. The name is simple. It's called Mouse. And this game looks like a mixture of Cuphead and Doom. You are a mouse that looks like he's either part of the mafia or he's trying to get the mafia of mice. The animation style is insane. It actually already has a gameplay trailer. I'll link that down below. You are in for a first-person shooter that is cartoon styled with a mouse that's not the infringement writing mouse. Not a whole lot of details on it, but when I saw the trailer, it stopped me in my tracks. This one is an absolute eye pleaser. This looks like it's going to be fun. It looks like it's going to be on all the different systems, and it's coming out in 2025, so keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens in the future with this one. All right, gaming dad moment. I'm just going to say it. Kids, stop huffing your Steam Decks. Seriously. Do we have to actually put a sign on this one? Really? Don't huff Steam Deck vents. Common sense. That's it. Moving on. So this morning, Atomic Heart, which is a mixture of BioShock meets an alternate history in Russia and Germany. It's an FPS that came out this year that I played, and I liked it. I actually have some of the videos up of that one. And it's coming out with a DLC next year. And the DLC, I have no words for it. It's insane. It looks like High on Life meets Care Bears and Sesame Street and something out of your nightmares. It is an alternate level. It's called Trapped in Limbo. I think it fits the bill. Especially with some of the screenshots that I've got of this one, some of the gameplay that you get to see where you're running around and you're punching gingerbread men in the face. And I think you're a bear? I don't know why. It's chaotic. It looks great. I'm sure I'm going to be playing this one next year. Keep an eye out for it. This is a DLC coming out again for Atomic Heart. Also look up Atomic Heart. Thought it was fun. It's a great game that you check out as well. That's it for the news. Let's move on to one big topic in a hot minute. So, I know I said in the last video I wouldn't talk about this again. But this story is so outlandish that I cannot make up anything I'm about to tell you. The day before, so check the previous video. Been out for a little bit. I played it. 4 days later, this statement went up. Fantastic Studio closed their studio. They said it's not going to be profitable. They decided, hey, we're shutting the doors. So not only did they release the game, not only did they take the money from everyone in the game, then they instantly shut down the studio. Not only did they shut down the studio, obviously everybody started putting out tweets, they started putting out social media posts, and they said, hey, what are you doing? This is insane. You are a disgrace to the industry. And then some of the developers put this up. That's not how you respond, folks. It is going downhill and downhill and downhill. So they were responding. They closed off their Discord. They even changed their name on their original games. The company name changed. Now, granted, as I said last time, the Wild 8 was a great game. I actually liked that game. I played through it really far. But now on the Wild 8, it's being listed as a completely different developer. So not only did Fantastic release a game that wasn't finished, release a game that wasn't playable, they took everyone's money, they then closed shop, they ran away from it, they started making fun of their customers, and changed the name of their company? This feels like it's out of a movie. This literally could be a movie, probably going to be a movie when someone gets the rights for it, but this in particular was an insane situation. Now, luckily enough, everybody seems to be getting their money back. They're starting to get their refunds. I got my refund after 5 hours of play. So they are giving back the refunds. But what goes on from here, Lord knows. But this is an example of what not to do in the gaming industry. And how to make a mark on history, not in the way you want to. Alright, now that we've talked the news, now that we talked the hot minute, let's move on to the games in the gauntlet that I played this week. Now, this week, I played a lot of games that I've already talked about because I got yanked back into them. Everything from Lego to the finals. There was a lot of games that I can show you more. And maybe in the future, I might make a new segment for it to kind of revisit some of the games we're playing. But I did manage to get a couple of games out and get through them and get some playthroughs. This first one is exactly what the day before should have been. Came out of nowhere. Happened to see a few YouTubers playing this game. And I stopped and said, what is this? This game is Once Human. Now, let me preface. If you've ever seen a Kojima story, if you have watched Death Stranding, if you've seen nanobots in Metal Gear Solid 2, this story goes that route.
So, let's just both pretend I understood all that.
Once Human is an open world MMO survival crafting game. Exactly, again, what the day before said it was going to be. But this actually is. You jump in, you have an insane story that you are some kind of superhuman person that can jump between realms, and I think there's something to do with a ghost and people with abilities from another dimension. I don't quite know. I'm having a really hard time following this story, but it's got all your basic tropes. You are going to go around, you're going to loot. All the different areas that you go through are exquisitely detailed, and they have so many different pieces of loot that you can pick up. You never have enough backpack space. You got to go back to your camp. You need to craft the typical working benches and all of the different types of breaking down tools so that you get more resources, and then you can build better weapons and better tools. And from there, you can explore over this entire world that has everything from achievements to quests. You have different types of monsters you need to go fight. You got public events like this thing that's a house that was moving around and you all have to shoot it. I didn't have enough ammo to take this thing on, but there's a public event that just happens in the world and everybody works together. There is some PvP in this game, but it's optional. Some of the servers actually have no PvP. Some of them have PvP, but you go to certain areas. So they added all the different types of ways of interaction as well. Not only that, they have raids in this game. So think things like from Destiny that you're going into, or World of Warcraft. You could take a company or a squad, I believe they call it a hive in this game. You could take them into a raid, and you fight these insane bosses. This one had a rocket launcher that was shooting at me. It spawned different types of mobs all over the place that started attacking. I was not prepared. I was not ready. I was absolutely not ready for what I walked into. But if you beat them, you get different types of blueprints. You get new stuff that you can go back to your camp and go back to some of these NPC camps, and you can progress the story, progress how you're building. Folks, this is exactly what I was hoping to be able to play this year, and I was looking forward to. So it was a surprise when this was just out. It already got 50,000 people that joined this beta, completely free, completely open, released right at the time that Fantastic said they were closing down. Coincidence? But completely free. They did have to close it up for a little bit to give out keys. They were not expecting to be as completely successful as they were. So you can still go on Discord. You can still go to their site. I will link it down below. You can request a key. They're letting in at times. I'm sure it's because of their servers. They're letting in at times about 3,000 people. And they're going to keep letting people in. It's supposed to go live next year in Q3. I'm sure there's going to be other beta tests. They already add stuff to it. But I can tell you from what I've played so far, this is a complete game. This is how you release a game and get hyped for it. This is going to be one that I guarantee you're going to be seeing a lot about next year. I know if you search YouTube, you're going to see a ton of videos on it. Nobody thought this was coming out. But if you're into a very weird storyline, but a pretty detailed and complex MMO surviving craftle game, this is Once Human, and you should check it out. Going in a completely different direction from the type of game I just mentioned, there are some times where I just sit down here at the computer, I just want to play something. I want something that is just mindless, but it has strategy. It has a little bit of a puzzle aspect of it. So I stumbled upon a game a while ago called Backpack Battle. Now, it says it's a demo. It's not a demo. This is a full game. The developer of this game has come out and said he's giving you the full game until he releases it. I would like to give this man money, but I can't. There's no methods to it. He doesn't have Patreon, nothing else. Now, what is Backpack Battle? Backpack Battles is an auto battler, but the idea is to come up with combinations and synergies with the items that you buy and put into your backpack. So you start every round by going into a store, using the gold that you have, and trying to build and expand your backpack space with the items in it, creating connections and synergies across the different items, so that you could go into a battle with another player and try to outbeat them from a hit point perspective to win your battle and get a trophy. Now, seems simple, but oh boy, this can get complex. There are all different types of evolutions of different types of items. There are ways to give yourself health. There are trigger timings and everything. It is a deep strategy game. That's simple. It's easy. Move backpack spaces around, put things in it, and try to win. And if you can last all the way to the end of 10 rounds, then you move into what's called survival mode. You can save your trophies so that you can build up your trophies for cosmetics that they have. Or you can test your luck and go a little bit farther into the game and try to see how much longer you can last on the build you've got. It's asynchronous, so in other words, you don't have to play immediately with the time. It will match you with somebody that's ready at that time and play against them. So nice, easy way to spend your time. Additionally, it's got everything from unranked modes to ranked modes. So there is a ranked mode that you can play that gives you a leaderboard that's already implemented. Again, absolutely free. I recommend checking this out. Jump into Steam, pull it up. It only takes a couple minutes of your time. And if this is the type of game you like with strategy and putting items together and then just letting it play out and see what happens, then I recommend checking this out. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I play a lot of different games, all different genres. I think sports is probably the only one I don't play. There's a lot of sports games, unless it's WWE or AEW. I play some of those. But I will play just about anything, and one of them that passes my time seems like the simplest thing that nobody would want to do. Who wants to do chores in a video game? Who wants to create houses and clean stuff or power wash things? Well, I'm here to tell you that some of those games are actually a lot of fun. They give you a zen, you can listen to music to them, you can play with them. And one new one came out this week that's a sequel to one of an easily, mindlessly numbing hours game that I played called House Flipper. House Flipper 2 came out this week. It's an upgrade in graphics, an upgrade in quality of life and usability. And I can tell you, folks, this one absolutely has been worth the time of playing. So how does this work? You are going to go in, you're going to get jobs through emails, very simple types of stages, and you're going to do everything from cleaning the house to cleaning the yard, throwing trash out, fixing all different objects, painting all different things, selling people stuff, because you sell everything that the folks have in the game. Don't ask questions, we just sell everything. And or build up. You have to buy new pieces and create new houses. So think of how some folks like The Sims. You're going to build different types of houses. You're going to try to decorate. It has a bit of that aspect, but it also has very easy mini games. Why is cleaning a window fun? I don't know. I clean my windows. I don't find them as fun. But in this game, for whatever reason, walking and cleaning a window is fun. Spraying with a spray bottle and then quickly cleaning out an area. Cool. Moving around the basement and doing a little bit of feng shui and moving all the different types of furniture all over the place and buying new furniture or wall items such as posters. It's somehow very fun. And this game has a sandbox mode. I haven't played that yet, where you can actually create your own and build your own stuff with it. Oh, and this has IKEA building in it. There are mini games where you actually have to build the furniture, and you have to do them fast and put them up. This particular one is me having to put up a picture on a wall. You have to actually put the nail in, and the molly in, and then hammer it in, and then put it up. There's IKEA building in this game. Again, none of these, in practice, sound like they would be fun. But, as I've learned with video games, the more times you at least give something a chance, jump in, you might find that it is something you would find fun in a game. Turn on some music, jump in, clean up a house, and you're going to see why House Flipper 2 is a ginormous time sink. And last but not least, folks, it is taking over the internet. Every couple months, there's a game that comes out that absolutely blows everybody away. You're not seeing it coming. Usually it's by an indie developer, usually by a small team or even a single person. Well, that happened. And this game is called Lethal Company. Now, I'm no stranger to scary games. Look across my entire channel. I play a lot of scary games. This is supposed to be a scary game, but I'm here to tell you this is not a scary game. You will be laughing your head off at this game just due to the absolute absurd things that can happen in it. Man for you. What the
Whoa, that's quicksand and my dad just died.
The goal of this game is to go down with your crew to random moons, go into the mine bases, take random objects of junk out of the mine base, put them into your ship, and reach a certain quota of selling these items to your octopus supervisor, I guess?
You put it over here, and then you have to stand in front of it and ding the bell like 20 times in the day.
Yeah, just ding the bell a whole lot once we put it on the stuff over here. You have to buy items that come down in a rocket that happens to normally be the Ice Cream Man song, but because it's the holidays, it's playing Christmas music now. Insane game. It is massively multiplayer when you use mods. I have only used the mods that do quality of life upgrades. They do things like allow you to see through the eyes of another on one of the monitors while you're monitoring them. Allows you to have all of your cosmetics unlocked because why not? It's fun. For many, many, many players in this game. Those are the only things I added for it. You never know what happens. It's procedurally generated. And in that, when you go in here, so many different monsters show up. Okay, you want play? You want play? Ah! Crap!
I'm the only one without a flashlight.
Oh my god, what the hell is that? This is a game we've had a blast with. Again, not because it's a scary game. It's because it's scary and we're laughing and you have no idea when someone dies. More stuff down here. Oh, no, that's a doubler! Oh, where am I? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She is 100% not getting back to that ship in time. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, she gonna get eaten. She 100% gonna get eaten.
Oh.
Very few games have I ever wanted to use the in-game voice chat with. This is one you want to use it. Because it's proximity chat. Not only is it proximity chat, the sounds actually match what you're in. If you're inside a metal room, it sounds like you're in a metal room with someone. And you're talking with each other. And if they happen to be falling down a giant chasm, well then you're gonna hear their voice trail off. Can't see. It's gotta be right there, right? No! It's hilarious, folks. It is a very cheap game on Steam. I highly recommend checking out. Lethal Company, huge modding community for it. I'll put the links down below on how to get into the mods and how to use the mods. Just look up some videos, look at some of the footage that I've put, and trust me, if you like games with your friends that you just get in, just trust the process, go into it, play a couple rounds, and you guys will all be laughing before the end of the night. I guarantee it. Lethal Company.
Okay.
What?
Okay, I heard
What's
from you.
happening?
Don't worry, follow her. She'll show you where to be.
And that's about all the time we have for this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed all the gaming news and all the gaming fun. You know how this works. If you can help me out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, put some comments down below, put into the comments, I see dead people. Great movie. Put it in there. I'll respond back, folks. Lets me know you got to the end of the video. I am live every Thursday night on Twitch, on YouTube. If you want to see some of the shenanigans live, that's how you do it. Pop onto those. But, as always, we're going to be pressing pause. Appreciate the time. We'll see you next time.